Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is Liverpool ready move for the hottest midfielder in European football. Liverpool declined the opportunity to add a midfielder to their squad during last summer's transfer window. That was despite sporting director Richard Hughes spending a record £450 million on new players. Instead of buying cover or competition for the midfield, Liverpool opted to strengthen elsewhere. In fact, the options were diminished through the exits of Harvey Elliott and James McConnell on loan and Tyler Morton, who joined Lyon for around £10 million. A lot was asked of Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis Mac Allister, Dominic Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, and to a lesser extent Wataru Endo during the Premier League title-winning campaign. Liverpool's midfield problems. And the strain is beginning to tell already this season, with injuries suffered by Gravenberch, Mac Allister, Jones, and Endo. That's why we've seen links materialize with other midfield talents, who could come in and augment Arne Slot's options. The current name in the frame is Ayoud Bouhaddi, Lille's 18-year-old central midfield sensation. Despite his tender age, the France under-21 international is already a veteran of almost 70 first-team games for the Ligue 1 side. His performances in the French top flight and in Europe have put him on the radar of several major clubs around Europe. Liverpool ready to make move for Ayoud Bouhaddi. And according to a new report in TBR Football, Liverpool are set to launch a bid for one of the most talked about young talents in the European game. Hughes and Slot will have to pay attention to rival interest from Arsenal, however, with Real Madrid, Bayern Munich and RB Leipzig also keeping an eye on the midfielder. Arsenal and Liverpool are firmly in the mix to launch a 2026 move for Lille's Ayoud Bouhaddi, the report reads. Chelsea, Manchester City, Manchester United, and Tottenham are all monitoring him regularly. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and RB Leipzig are also paying close attention. Lille are preparing for the likely departure of their prized asset. Bouhaddi under contract until 2027. Bouhaddi was man of the match on his Champions League debut against Real Madrid last season, the occasion of his 17th birthday. He was also given the same prize in another game against European royalty in the shape of Juventus. Bouhaddi is only under contract until 2027 at the Decathlon Arena, and since turning 18 last month is now eligible for an overseas transfer. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, contract updates, and insider reactions from Anfield. Subscribe now for daily Liverpool FC updates and breaking football news. Our second news is Liverpool hold positive talks to sign Nico Schlotterbeck. Liverpool have reportedly held positive talks over a deal to sign Borussia Dortmund defender Nico Schlotterbeck, as per Spanish outlet Fichajes. After letting Jarell Quansah leave last summer, the Reds decided to sign Giovanni Leone from Parma. However, Arne Slot was keen on adding another centre-back and came very close to signing Marc Guehi from Crystal Palace. However, the Eagles eventually decided to block the move as they couldn't find a suitable replacement. So, Liverpool have started the season with Leone, Ibrahima Konate, Joe Gomez, and Virgil van Dijk as the centre-back options. However, the Italian season is already over, having sustained a serious knee injury. On the other hand, Konate's long-term future isn't secured at Anfield as his existing deal is set to expire at the end of this season. Now, Fichajes state that Liverpool have identified Schlotterbeck as a serious target to replace Konate if he eventually leaves as a free agent next summer. The Reds have already held positive talks with the player's representatives to persuade him to join and are ready to spend around £44 million to seal the deal next year. Bayern Munich and Real Madrid have also registered their interest in signing the German, with the Bavarian club ready to offer him a lucrative contract proposal to lure him to Allianz Arena. Schlotterbeck to Liverpool. However, Liverpool are currently the favourites to sign him. Schlotterbeck's existing deal will expire in 2027, and Dortmund have offered him a fresh term proposal. But the player isn't willing to accept that, as he intends to leave to take a new challenge in his career. Therefore, if Niko Kovac's side eventually fail to agree on a new deal with him over the coming months, they would be forced to sell him next year. Schlotterbeck is a 6 feet 3 inches tall, technically gifted left-footed centre-back and is also comfortable in the left-back position. The 25-year-old is currently at the prime stage of his career and has showcased his qualities in the German top flight in recent years. Moreover, he has established himself as a key player in Julian Nagelsmann's Germany national team. So, he would be a great coup for Liverpool should they eventually manage to secure his service by defeating Real Madrid and Bayern Munich in this race. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, contract updates, and insider reactions from Anfield. Subscribe now for daily Liverpool FC updates and breaking football news. Our third news is Man Utd are keen on completing transfer that could leave Liverpool disappointed. Manchester United are interested in signing the Crystal Palace defender Marc Guehi. According to TBR Football, they have now joined the race for the 25-year-old England international, who is on the radar of several clubs. He will be a free agent in the summer of 2026, and Manchester United are hoping to bring him in to improve their defensive unit. Marc Guehi is in demand. Graham Bailey told TBR Football, "I said months ago that Marc Guehi is going to be one of the most in-demand Bosman free transfers of all time, and that is how it is shaping up. Every major club in England, now including Manchester United, are keen, whilst abroad. It is a who's who of world football from Real Madrid and Barcelona to Bayern Munich and Inter Milan. He is going to have his pick. It will be interesting to see if they can convince the England international defender to join the club on a free transfer. Alternatively, they could look to sign him for a nominal fee in January. Manchester United could certainly use a quality defender, and Guehi would be an excellent addition. He has proven himself in the Premier League with Crystal Palace, and he helped them win the FA Cup and the Community Shield recently. Apart from his quality as a defender, Guehi's leadership skills could prove to be vital. There is no doubt that he is good enough to play for the top teams, and the move to Manchester United could be exciting for him. He was heavily linked with Liverpool in the summer, but the move collapsed in the end. They are keeping tabs on his situation and could look to return for him in future. If Manchester United end up signing the defender, it would be a huge blow for Liverpool. They have been tracking the player for a while, and they will not want to miss out on Guehi. It will be interesting to see what the defender decides in the coming months. He will want to join an ambitious club where he will be able to win major trophies. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, contract updates, and insider reactions from Anfield. Subscribe now for daily Liverpool FC updates and breaking football news. Our fourth news is Liverpool intensify efforts to sign ideal overseas centre-back as Man Utd prepare £44 million bid for striker. A closer look at some of the latest Premier League transfer stories. As we enter November, the January transfer window is starting to creep into sight, meaning club will soon be able to splash the cash on new signings once again. The Premier League drama continues as more surprise results unfold, leaving scope to predict the final standings relatively open at this stage. With less than 9 weeks left before we say goodbye to 2025, transfer rumors are accelerating. Let's take a look at some of the latest involving rivals Liverpool and Manchester United. Marc Guehi may have been the main name linked with Anfield over the last few months, but Liverpool now have their sights set on another target. Dortmund's Nico Schlotterbeck has emerged as a leading candidate to join Arne Slot's defense, which has taken a hammering in recent weeks. The 25-year-old German international is under contract until 2027, but renewal negotiations with the club have now stalled, according to Fischages. The report claims that figures at Liverpool view Schlotterbeck an ideal candidate to bolster their defense and potentially replace Ibrahima Konate. The Reds have since intensified their efforts to sign the Dortmund star, after discovering his contract negotiations have hit a standstill. The 3 a.m. verdict: Liverpool may have spent a lot of money over the summer, but their centre-back options remain limited. With Konate edging closer to the end of his contract, they are in desperate need of a new, solid central defender. Virgil van Dijk is turning 35 next summer, and he won't be around forever, meaning the club will soon have to think about signing his replacement. Liverpool have looked fragile all over the park in recent weeks, but especially in their defence. After shelling out significant cash on bolstering their attack over the summer, Manchester United are once again considering signing new creative players. This time, Palmeiras' Vitor Roque is on the radar, and the Red Devils are preparing to launch an offer of €50 million, £44 million, for his signature. According to another Fischages report, United are looking to revitalize their attack with talented youngsters, and 20-year-old Roque has caught their attention. With the aim to sign him as a starting figure for the future, United are considering a swoop for the talented Brazilian. Roque scored 24 goals in all competitions last season across 2 clubs, having signed for Palmeiras in February from Barcelona, but spending on loan with Real Betis. The 3 a.m. verdict: United brought Benjamin Sesko to the club over the summer, but with Joshua Zirkzee out of favour and linked with an exit, that could leave Ruben Amorim with just one natural centre-forward on his roster. United's form has improved, but to keep up with those at the top of the table, further change is needed. Our fifth news is Liverpool news. Marc Guehi transfer plan grows clearer as alarming Mo Salah message sent. It's been far from the start to the season reigning Premier League champions Liverpool would have been hoping for, with Arne Slot tasked with turning the ship around. Liverpool have continued to contend with criticism this week following their tough start to the season. The reigning league champions endured a horror October that saw them fall to 4 defeats across all competitions. Arne Slot's side are already down to 3 competitions following their 3-0 home loss to Crystal Palace, which saw the Reds' boss make wholesale changes to his squad. That defeat certainly hasn't helped speculation surrounding his future. Mohamed Salah's surprisingly below-par performances have led to the Egyptian facing unprecedented scrutiny from media in what could be his penultimate season at Anfield after signing a 2-year deal earlier this year. Mirror Football now takes a look at some of the latest news coming out of Anfield, with Slot handed a transfer hint over a key target, a former Red claiming Mohamed Salah's decline has already long been happening, while Florian Wirtz is told his absence from the starting lineup could be a positive. Marc Guehi's January exit unlikely. Liverpool's defensive issues would perhaps have been solved, or at least helped, if Marc Guehi's deadline day transfer didn't collapse. While a deal in the range of £35 million had been agreed for Guehi's move to Anfield, Igor Julio's rejection of Crystal Palace in order to join West Ham saw the Eagles pull the plug. It was last month that Oliver Glasner confirmed that the Palace captain would depart the club next summer upon the expiration of his contract. The admission no doubt saw rumours float about a potential January exit for Guehi in what would be Palace's last chance to capture a transfer fee for the prized possession. That, however, was seemingly shut down by Palace chairman Steve Parish, who hinted the England defender will not be leaving Selhurst Park in the winter transfer window. In an interview with Men in Blazers, he said, "We needed to keep Marc because the difference between us having a stellar season and having a relegation-threatened season is us winning 5 games or not. So the margins in the Premier League are very tight, and you have to remember that Michael, Ollis, has gone, we're okay, Ebbs, Eberechi has gone, we're okay, Wilfried, Zaha, went, we're okay. There's a limit to how much you can keep doing that before you break down the fabric of the team." Discussing the last-minute breakdown of Guehi's Liverpool move, Parish showered praise on his captain's character in the face of missing out on a significant transfer. "It was a very marginal call," the businessman explained. "Marc was great about it as a person. Liverpool made the offer. It was a massive club, he was obviously interested in going." Subscribe now for daily Liverpool FC updates and breaking football. Our last news is Liverpool target in talks with Euro giants as open race revealed. Liverpool are looking to sign a new central defender next summer, irrespective of whether Ibrahima Konate stays or goes. Currently, they have set their sights on 2 key targets that are also on course to be out of contract at the end of the season: Marc Guehi and Dayot Upamecano. Liverpool have been interested in Guehi for some time, but their desire to sign Upamecano has come about in recent months. The Bayern Munich and France star would be an excellent addition to Arne Slot's squad, although it could be difficult for him to end up at Anfield. As per Football Insider, Pete O'Rourke has revealed that Upamecano is in talks with Bayern over signing a new deal, but despite this, his future in Bavaria remains very uncertain. I'm sure Liverpool will be hoping that maybe they could sign a player of the caliber of Upamecano on a potential free transfer in the summer. Look, he's under contract at the Allianz Arena until the summer, and discussions over a new dealer are ongoing between Upamecano's representatives and Bayern Munich. Bayern are hopeful that they can persuade the France international to stay, but he will have a lot of options and there's no getting away from that. Right now it's probably an open race for signature, as there'll be so many clubs ready to sign him on a free transfer if a new deal can't be agreed. But Bayern are doing everything they can to try and persuade the Frenchman to stay. There is no doubt that Upamecano would be a top signing for Liverpool, but for now, there continues to be a waiting game to see whether they make a move in January. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, contract updates, and insider reactions from Anfield. Subscribe now for daily Liverpool FC updates and breaking football news.